Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Cover Four podcast. A little later than normal. Uh, my partner out in Provo, Randy Gibson, he's been like Foghorn Leghorn, busier than a centipede at a toe counting contest the last couple of days, and finally gets a chance to breathe a little bit today.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'm finally kind of getting the afternoon to go do some stuff I've wanted to do all week. Been kind of crazy week.
Yeah, the business has with RDG communications picking up a little bit. You got your group over in Bentonville getting ready to do a music video, going to do it here in Tahlequah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being home a few days and doing that music video, working with the chamber, and we've got some fun stuff lined up. Got a director flying in from Houston who is also an actor and a movie critic, and he won Best Actor in the Vienna Film Festival last year for a short he did. Got a young actress from Los Angeles who's up and coming. Been in Chaos on the Farm, a Lifetime movie. She's been in Stranger Things on Netflix and Outer Banks and Netflix, and the movie some of our listeners may know called Cobra Kai. So going to be fun. Her partner is going to be a young Tahlequah guy, um, graduate of Tahlequah High School here in a couple of weeks. He's going to be the co-star of it, so
Okay.
it's going to be great.
So you be in town here in hopefully a couple of weeks then.
Yep, pretty much coming in on the 17th. So
Good, good. Be good to have you back home for a little bit.
it'd be nice to be home too.
There's probably a kid that is probably wanting to see Grandpa.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's pretty. I know Grandpa's wanting to see a kid too. Looking forward to that as much more than I am the video, if I can be honest.
Got you. Well, we got to talk about a couple of state titles for a couple of golf teams around the area. And the first one has first time ever out at Sequoia. The Lady Indians claimed the 3A state championship uh, on Tuesday, and they played. Let me find out where in the world they played at. They played at Lincoln Park, the usual place for 3A golf, and they won the team title. They came away shooting a 686. They shot 330 the first round, 356 the second round, mainly because typical Oklahoma City, the wind was blowing a bunch.
Oh, that's
So,
surprising for Oklahoma City.
yeah, they wound up winning by 21 shots over Holland Hall, and Metro Christian was third. Second in the individuals was a Sequoia girl. And I don't know if this is her real first name or if this is her nickname. Her name is Beans Factor.
Huh.
Her first name goes by Beans. She shot 75-75 to be the state runner up. She was 5 shots behind Megan Kalatapur from Holland Hall. She
Okay.
won the individual title, and Beans wound up second. And there's a new state trophy in the trophy case at Sequoia.
That's great. That's wonderful news to hear.
And the other team that wound up claiming a state title was Fort Gibson Lady Tigers. Uh, Lane Alshey was the medalist. She shot 162. They played at Winter Creek at Blanchard for their state tournament. Lady Tigers, as soon as I get to the team titles, they shot 677, they defeated Marlowe, who shot 711. So a couple of state championships around the area, one here in town, the other one over in Muskogee County. So really good for them. Tahlequah's boys, they will advance the state tournament. They came in fourth up at Pryor Creek on Monday. They will head to the state tournament. I'm not real sure where they're going to play at. Caden Tibbetts was third in the individual. He shot 73. Matthew Kendrick from Cassia Hall and Banks Cosby. I know that's got to be one of the Cosby guys that is up in Tulsa at Southern Hills. That's got to be his boy. They tied for the medalist honor, shot 71 up at Pryor. They've cut it now to where it's only 18 holes instead of used to be 36 in one day. So this year they finally voted it in to have just 18 holes for the regional, and then we'll make the state tournament 36 holes instead of 54 holes for the boys. And like I say, the site unknown to me right now as far as where the state tournament will be for the Tiger golf team and Nick Baker, who is the golf coach up there at Tahlequah, and that'll be first part of next week. Also, team may be punching their ticket to the state tournament is the Tahlequah Tiger baseball team. They won their district this year and got to host the regional. In fact, they are hosting the regional right now. They played yesterday. They bumped it up a day, mainly because of the weather. Booker T, Durant, and Tahlequah were the three teams in. Durant defeated Booker T 7-6 in the opener. Tahlequah came in, defeated Booker T 10-0 in 5 innings. And then last night, Tahlequah defeated the Durant Lions 9-2. They're slated to play at 4 this afternoon up at the Tiger Ballpark. That's on the far west side of the campus, west of the middle school and across the street from the Indian capital Votech. 4 o'clock is the time that they're going to start that ball game. Tahlequah, they just have to win one game out of these two to punch a ticket to the state tournament.
Man, let's hope they can pull that out for sure.
Yep. Hopefully they've got enough pitching. If they do, then they'll head on to the state tournament next week.
That's fantastic.
That would be usually they've been playing in Shawnee as far as the state baseball tournament, but again, site to be announced, and of course the opponents to be announced if Tahlequah makes it to the state tournament. Other baseball and softball, Northeastern has closed out their seasons. The Redmond lost all 3 ball games to Washburn. They had to move their games last week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, up to Broken Arrow High School to play their games up there because they have turf at Broken Arrow. So the field was absolutely waterlogged here. So they moved it up there and wound up losing all 3 ball games up there. And then the Lady Reds, they played in the final 4 games of their season. They played all 4 games up in Broken Arrow, 2 against Fort Hayes, and then the other 2 was against Nebraska Kearney, and I'm trying to pull up their results and not having much success here. Give me a minute to pull that up. Hopefully, I can get it.
Not a
And
problem. Take your time there.
trying to pull up the softball. Here we go. Finally, uh, they like I say, they played Fort Hayes to start off with. They finished the year 10-35. Uh, so they were. It was a young ball club. They probably lost a bunch of kids, not only the graduation, but also uh, when Clay Davis decided to step down. Uh, there was some of them that probably left. They lost 4-0 and 3-2 to Fort Hayes, then swept Kearney. They beat them 5-4 on a Emily Sampson walk-off home run in the bottom of the seventh, and then defeated the Lopers 6-1 in the nightcap. So they come away with at least 2 wins to close out the season. Emily, one of the seniors, she hit that walk-off from here in Tahlequah, uh, which her sister Erica played 2 years at OU and then finished her career at the University of Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
So, in fact, Erica's got a national championship ring for playing for Patty Gasso. And like I say, they got the walk off from Emily in the opener, and then picked up the win in the nightcap. And both of the teams missed the tournament. Nebraska Kearney finished at 18-31 and 6-20 in the MIAA. Northeastern, they finished, like I say, 10-35, and they were 5-21 in the MIAA. So tough year, new coach, learning experience for everybody, for them. The Redmen on the baseball side, losing all 3 to Washburn in the finales up at Broken Arrow. They lost to the Ichabods in the final game, got beat 18-1, and talked to a buddy of mine, Don King, up in Tulsa. He does some of the Rogers State games. Met with Sonny Galloway before one of the games up there. Northeastern could hit, but just didn't have enough pitching. Didn't have any pitching. That was the downfall for NSU this year, was just didn't have enough pitching. And that's last couple of years they've been pretty good on the hill, but this year just didn't have the arms to compete here in the MIAA. In fact, there's going to be 3 teams from the MIAA that's going to wind up going to the Central Regional coming up here in just a couple of weeks. MIAA tournament begins this week, and then they'll close it out next week. They'll play best of 3 at campus sites, and then they'll play the tournament at Pittsburgh State, who has a artificial turf field. So that's one of the prerequisites. You got to have a turf field, A, and B, you got to have lights. We've got half of it. We've got the lights now at Rousey Field, but just don't have the turf yet. I got a feeling there's still some more improvements to be done up at the ballpark. One of the things going to be they got to put padding around the fence, and they got to get the pitch clock, because the pitch clock comes in to divisions 2 and 3 next season, according to the NCAA rule book. So
we kind of talked about that a few weeks ago. I know. Any updates on any of that as far as the
not at the present time. That's still like I say, that's still uh, to be determined.
has
The what?
it been voted on yet, or is it still?
No, it's just a case of, I think, no voting on it. It's just they just got to get the money to have it done. I think I've got a pretty good idea of who will help out. I think he's helped out before, and I think he'll help out again. And I think it's a kid that wears the birds on the back,
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Helsley. And with the season that he's having, Cardinals need to sign him to a big contract, because he will be up for that. He's already got 10 saves already this year for the Redbirds. But probably the biggest thing I want to talk about is John Sizemore, the AD up at Northeastern, the other day just released the class of 2024 for the NSU Athletic Hall of Fame. So we've got the names of those and the teams that are going in. One will be one of Scott Varner's golf teams. The 2000 women's golf team will be going into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
They finished third in the NCAA Division II National Championship tournament that was played at Texas Star in Euless back then in 2000. One of the names on that team, well, she's currently works for the PGA Tour, and she's down at TPC Craig Ranch in McKinney, and that's Jenny Eckert. Jenny works for the PGA Tour.
Okay.
She works as does the advanced stuff for the tour, and also she's in charge of ShotLink. If you look on the PGA website on the app, you can follow the players, and you can see where their shots go, especially whenever there's no TV. So you can follow, like, for example, I follow Denny McCarthy a lot because of Derek Smith. That's Butch Small's son-in-law. So anytime Denny's playing, I follow him, see what he's doing, and you can see shot for shot. He'll tell you how far he's hit the drive, where he hit it to, how far he's got to the green, or when he gets on the green, how far the putt is to get in the hole. It's quite a thing that they have done for the past several years on the PGA Tour. The other members of the team, Ashley Benson Morgan, Lindsey Brown Pitt, Jenny, Shelly Farmer Hogue, Jennifer Huff Plagans, Jamie Johnson Cotter, Jessica Lovingwood, Sarah Mobley, and Shay Thompson Neal were coached by Scott and assisted by former NSU AD Matt Cochran. So they will go in. Sam Powell, a member of the 05-09 men's golf team. He was a first team all conference, first team all region selection 07, 08, and 09. So he goes in. Rachel Christian Toma, member of the 06-07 softball team at NSU. She will fact, was the driving force of NSU's only trip to the NCAA regionals in 07. So she will go in, and Greg Watley, that's Doc Wadley's son, is going in for
That's a,
meritorious service.
yeah.
Of course, he is the one who gave a lot of money to rename the stadium Doc Wadley Stadium.
Mhm.
Also was a significant donor in the indoor practice facility known as the Bubble,
Mhm.
and of course the event center, the sports medicine center, and the football locker room. And then the final person that goes in, member of NSU's 1991 football team, who is currently member of the staff, not a coaching staff, but member of the support staff at the University of South Carolina. Derek Moore finally goes in to the NSU Hall of Fame, and very happy to see Derek will get his place where and it's due for him to go into the Hall of Fame. That will be taking place at the Chota Center out at Cherokee Casino on August the 17th. You can go on to the NSU Athletic website, go riverhawksgo.com to get your tickets for the Hall of Fame ceremony. It'll be at 6 o'clock. Doors will open at 6, and be a really good class going into the Hall of Fame out there at NSU.
Well, that's fantastic. Happy to hear. Congrats to all those new inductees.
Yes, very much so. Well, softball upon us, especially Bedlam.
Yeah, it's going to be.
And it's also been announced by Patty that they're going to play next year in a non-conference, but they will play it at Hall of Fame Stadium next year.
All that. That's I for one was happy to see that. That is
Yes.
a great series, and I'm glad to see that not all Bedlam sports are going to be going by the wayside next year.
I wouldn't be surprised you see OU baseball and OSU baseball play as well.
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yep. And this week, OU and OSU face each other. And then,
It's going to be interesting because it's the Big 12. It's coming down to Oklahoma State, and Texas
mm-hmm.
again. So
And then
we'll
Big
see.
12 tournament will be coming up here, not next week, but the following week.
Following week, yeah. I know it's getting to be that time already.
Yeah, it is.
Speaking of Oklahoma softball, they had some more good news this week. 5 Sooners named to USA Softball Player of the Year, top 26 finalists.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are from Norman, so.
And there'll be some that could be on Team USA
Yep.
because softball's back in the Olympics.
Yep.
So they could wind up going to Paris.
Very well could. It would not surprise me at all to see a couple of Sooners anyway. Jada Coleman, of course, is just fantastic. And Tyree Jennings too. And maybe we'll see.
There was one former Sooner softball player, Jennifer Aho.
Yeah, the Hawaiian.
Yeah. Guess what she's doing?
I saw
A 1-month contract with the Savannah Bananas.
I saw that.
So she's going to play banana ball.
She is. Isn't that something?
Oh, boy. And there are crazy rules that they've got. in a banana ball game. Uh, if a fan catches a foul ball, the batter is out. Uh, let's see. There's oh, the big thing: 2 hour time limit in those games.
There was what?
A 2 hour time limit.
Oh, a 2 hour time limit.
Yes.
I
Uh,
didn't see that one.
yeah, they only play for 2 hours. And how big is banana ball? They had never played in a major league ballpark until just before Major League Baseball regular season. They played at the Juice Box, Minute Maid Park in Houston, and sold it out.
Wow.
So it was, I mean, everybody, and I probably all the Astro people down there was just floored that the bananas come in and they sell it out there at Minute Maid Park. And I'm not sure where they're going to be, if they're going to be even close to us. Trying to see where their schedule is, which they don't really tell you. May. Trying to look here, but
Well,
upcoming events, I don't see anything right now.
I I'm not really sure now. I'm looking at the bananas
Mm-hmm.
website. Um, now is that I may be looking at the
Savannah
baseball
Bananas.
Savannah Bananas. Uh is that a co-ed team or is there
Oh, it's a
softball?
men's team, but they signed Jennifer for a 1 month contract.
Well, I can tell you probably why they're doing a 3 game stint in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
May
That'll be
16th,
the closest. Yeah, that's the reason why she's
May
probably
16th,
playing.
17th, and 18th. It's coming up here in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh,
Sold out already.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. They
Yeah, no,
anywhere they go, they
down
sell out.
at the Bricktown Stadium downtown. So
Mhm. Yep. That doesn't surprise me a bit. So,
everybody's going to want to go see Jocelyn Alo.
hmm hmm yep.
Sure, it'll be fun. I love their little tagline of fans first.
Yes. And it is that.
It's,
They uh they play for the fans. And it is family entertainment. Uh they've got a guy that plays in stilts. Uh I've seen that.
I haven't seen that one.
hmm But talk about softball, OU, OSU,
Yeah.
uh, Arkansas has their final series this week as they take on Ole Miss. And then next week is the SEC tournament. So OU, OSU, is that the final week for them? Because the you would have to think that the regionals would start the following week after the SEC tournament. I'm on. Let me look. I know baseball's got 3 weeks left.
Hmm.
That much because Arkansas's got to go to Lexington. They've got uh, Mississippi State at home next week. That's their last. And then potential number one and number two facing each other in 2 weeks at Bluebell Ballpark in College Station, as Texas A&M is 1 and Arkansas is number 2. So that could be a very interesting series. OU currently 45-4 on the year. And
Yeah, which is not good for Oklahoma, even though it's a
and 3 of those 4 losses are in the league.
Yeah.
2 of them to Texas.
Yeah, exactly.
So
1 to Texas and 1 to my Cougs out here in Provo.
So let's see. As I thumb through the OU schedule, okay, the Wallop Baylor, Wallop KU, beat Texas first game, lost 2 straight, 2-1, 2-1. Then lost 9-4 to Provo at Provo or against BYU at home.
Yeah.
Ugh, okay.
Yeah, they lost that second game.
Yeah. And now they've got OSU. It'll be FS1 will televise it Friday night. Then ESPN on Saturday, ESPN2 on Sunday. Then the conference tournament at Hall of Fame Stadium is next week. So regular season's done as of this week. So senior day is Sunday at Love Field.
Wow, already it's been a fast season, hasn't it?
Woo-hoo. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Like I say, you have the Big 12 and then the NCAA regionals 17th through the 19th, Super Regionals 24th through the 26th. World Series starts May 30th at Hall of Fame Stadium. It goes through the 7th of June. So, like I say, seasons are about over with. And one other thing we need to talk about as far as football is concerned, I saw this from Mike Adams, former athletic director up at Tahlequah High School. Moved up to Owasso, which that's where his son Cole played football for the Rams and Bill Blankenship.
Yeah.
Signed with Alabama.
Okay.
And at A-Day, which is the spring game down at Alabama, Cole got the Ozzie Newsome Most Improved Freshman Award.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That's
Here's the trophy to prove it.
Congrats.
Yes. So number 13 in Crimson is the one you're going to have to watch next year come November 16th when Alabama comes to Norman. He could be not only a wideout, but also watch out for him on punt returns because he used to do that at Owasso.
Yep.
So that'll be, like I say, kind of interesting to see how Cole does next year as a redshirt freshman.
Yeah. Yeah. Couple of talking about football, couple of news from Norman, transfer still going on. Gavin Sawchuk, who was a star, he really had a good couple of years freshman in that bowl game. He did fantastic. And last year didn't do quite as much, but he played really well. Transferring into the bowl. Yeah. Another one was a quarterback that everybody loved, but he never got to play, but a couple of downs. General Booty.
Mm-hmm.
He said he's going to transfer now with Jackson Arnold coming in. It's going to be his team. Everybody knows that.
Right.
Michael Haas, the high school freshman coming in, he's had a fantastic spring. He was listed as number 2 on the depth chart behind Arnold. So
Handwriting on the wall, so to speak.
yeah. So I have to say, Booty is bouncing
Mm-hmm.
out of Norman.
So be interesting to see where he lands.
Yeah, it will be. I'm kind of hearing maybe, well, let's see. Yeah, I don't really know. It is going to be very interesting to see where he winds up. Another one that bounced last year, Nick Evers. He was looking to be really a good signal caller down in Norman. It was announced this week he's headed to Connecticut.
Okay.
Yeah. He come out of Flower Mound in 4-star and considered the number 8 quarterback in the 2022 recruiting class overall. An All-American Bowl and whole thing. And he looked like he was going to really shine down in Norman, but didn't
Never got a chance.
Never got a chance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Sawchuck's going to be a hit. We'll see. I know they got some good ones coming in. So we'll see what happens come August.
Yes.
And that's going to be faster than we realized.
Isn't that the truth? That will be very interesting to see what happens in Norman with the transition to the SEC, and that's now less than 2 months away.
Sure is. We've
to see that SEC logo on the 25-yard lines. It's going to look a lot different than that 12.
It's going to be real. We've harped about it for years, wanting it, and well, now it's the talk is over. Now, team's got to walk.
Yep, sure is. Well, I think we pretty much covered it as far as this week's concerned. Have to see what the Tigers do as far as baseball is concerned. If they win today, well, they're going to the state tournament, and they've had decent luck going to the state tournament. You do know that there is 2 state championship trophies up there at THS.
Yep.
Could there be a third?
Let's hope so.
Yep, let's hope so is right.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Cover 4 Podcast. Next week, kind of touch on see what the Tigers do in baseball and kind of see where softball's going, not only for OU and OSU, but also over across the way at Arkansas, see who they get in the SEC tournament next week. And then the all-important announcement of who's going to be the top 8 to get not only the regionals at home, but also the super regionals at home.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very big thing in softball. And we'll talk about that come next week. So for my partner, Randy Gibson out in Provo, Utah, I'm Jim Trickett. We'll talk to you next week on the Cover 4 Podcast.